What's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. Someone, forget it. The police were just driving right by me. The po-po. 5-0. Anyway, a police officer was just driving by my house. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Julio, you know, people say it a bunch of different ways. Julio against Alfredo Angulo, El Perro, the dog. The dog, since his loss to Cintron, where he was outboxed, we do know a story. There was a story with that he didn't come in. He came in very sick in that fight, and he did look pretty lethargic for an Angulo performance. So I'm willing to give him a little bit of a break against Cintron. I don't know, you know what I mean? Because I do think Angulo can be outboxed, so therefore it's tough to me to just blame the sickness. But anytime you get there, either the day before or the day of the weigh-in, I can't remember what it was, but it was real close to the weigh-in. And if you look at that performance, he didn't look that good, but that could have been Cintron just outboxing him. Who knows? Anyway, he's come back with 2 knockouts since then. And even the guys that knocked him out, or that got knocked out by him, they had success like in the first round against him, outboxing him a little bit. So he can definitely be outboxed. Julio got beat by Kirkland. I think it was 6 rounds, right? 6 or 7 rounds, if I remember correctly. They just stopped the fight. It was a good fight, though. Don't get me wrong. Julio got, hit a lot and got damaged in that fight. Got hurt a lot. Hit with some huge shots by Kirkland. But Kirkland was getting hit too. Let's not forget that. He did damage him, no doubt. But he got hit plenty in that fight. And, you think of Angulo as an aggressive fighter, and then so you could call Angulo aggressive, and then there's Kirkland, who's kind of, there's not many more people that are that dumb and aggressive. And I don't mean to call him dumb, like he's a dumb guy, but the way he comes forward can be kind of dumb. You know what I mean? He just, I'm coming, and it's fun to watch. I'm not taking anything away from the guy. But he does bring kind of dumb pressure, in my opinion. I think he's too over-aggressive, and it will catch up with him at some point. But, so I do see Angulo being the aggressor, who's a very aggressive fighter in his own right. Julio was able to move a little bit and stay out of some of the fire for a while against Kirkland. But I do think this is going to be a good fight. And that was a good fight. Even though he got pummeled, Julio, that was a good, fun fight to watch. Kirkland won the fight. No doubt, obviously. But Julio brought it. And I think Julio will bring it. And I think he'll be able to move on Angulo. And I think he'll have success. I really do. But I do see Angulo winning this fight. I think he will knock him out or TKO him. And I'm going to call it a 10th round TKO or KO. But I wouldn't be surprised if Julio made it all the rounds either. Don't get me wrong. I mean, when you're dealing with Angulo and Kirkland, these are guys that go for the knockout. I think Kirkland goes for the knockout more than anybody, or just as much as anybody. But I think minorly more than Angulo. And that's saying a lot, because Angulo, goes for the knockout. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I think that he's just going to be more on the move. When he got stuck on the ropes, that's really when he got in trouble. I think that'll happen at some point. So I am going to go with a late KO or a decision win by Angulo. Excuse me. And for the 12th and final round, my official prediction for the contest, it will be a KO or TKO 10th round for Angulo. So I'm looking for that fight. Supposedly Areola and Tomas Adamek are going to fight on that same night in April on HBO. That would be great. Look out for a video of that as long as that gets finalized. Anyway, this has been the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.